Hello everyone. So in this tutorial, I wanted to show you how to use access modifiers in Java. So access modifiers are these words like public, and there's a lot of access modifiers. I'm going to list them all for you right now. So we have public, we have no access modifier, so you just put nothing, and we have private, and we have protected. So I'm going to go more in depth into what protected means in a future video, but for now, we're going to worry mostly about these three. And you'll notice for the default one, I put nothing here. So there is actually a keyword in Java called default. So let's say I had tried creating a let's say I create an int called default. You'll see int is highlighted, or default is highlighted orange right here. That's because it is a keyword, but it's used for something different. We will discuss it later whenever we discuss interfaces. But for now, you know that to use a default protection, or to use a default, you're going to put nothing, not type in the word default. So we have public, we have the default, and we have private and protected. So let's go over what these mean. So this public access modifier, what it means is that whatever it is containing, whether it be a variable, whether it's a function, whether it's a class, whatever it is accessible to every other class. So if I make this method right here public, that means that every class in my entire program can access this animal say hi function. So that's what public does. It lets it access from everywhere. What about default? Default means it only allows it in the same package. And packages are very similar to folders in Java. So let's say I create a new package, and you could do this in VS Code by creating a folder. So I'm going to go new package, and I'm going to call it, how about package? No, we can't do it because it's impossible to create that. So we're going to call it, how about, um, we're going to call it animals. Or how about animal? Because usually packages are not plural. So I'm going to move this inside of here, and if I give this one a default permission, so I take away this word public, you'll see I can no longer access this. I cannot be accessed because I'm using default permissions. So this animal say hi function can only be accessed from inside of this animal folder, this animal package. If there's other classes inside of here, they could access it. But in main here, since we're not inside of animal, we can't access it. So therefore, this needs to be public for us to be able to use it if we're inside of the animal package. So that's how default works. For private, as the name kind of suggests, that means you can only access it from within the same file. So even if there's another class that's in the same package, we still can't access same hi if it has private. So let me switch this back to public. The last one we have is protected. And what this allows us to do is basically it means that only the descendants of this class, so only classes that extend our class, will be able to access it. And so we'll discuss what extending a class or implementing a class or implementing a what implements keyword and extends keyword, what those do in a future video. But for now, know that basically what it does is it lets you like create a class that's based on another class, and that protected keyword will allow only those classes that are based on that first class to basically inherit those functions, but nothing else will be able to access it. So that's how protected works. So you'll see a lot of private in Java and a lot of public. Honestly, the least common one you see really is default. You see public, private, and protected a lot if people know what they're doing. Sometimes if they don't know what they're doing, they won't put it. Sometimes people will just be lazy and not put it. It really depends. But yeah, that is how protections basically work in Java. I hope this tutorial, I'm sorry, these are called access modifiers, not protections. That's how access modifiers work in Java. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and happy coding.